Hey guys, I'm going to be doing a review of one of my favorite movies of all time, made in the great year of 1954 by my all-time favorite filmmaker Akira Kurosawa, the influential Seven Samurai. The story starts off with a gang of 40 bandits about to raid a peasant village, only to realize that it wasn't that long ago since the last time they raided the place. They decide to wait for a few months, then ransack it. This gives the peasants time to act on the advice of the village elder to recruit hungry samurai. They venture out into town and see a samurai do an act of courage by rescuing a child from a kidnapper. They confront the samurai, now mentoring a younger swordsman, tell him their dilemma. He agrees, with the condition that they can hire 7 samurai to even the odds against 40 bandits. Through a matter of trial and error, they recruit 7 warriors of various skill and age. They return to the village, come up with a strategy, organize the peasants, teach them how to fight, and put an end to the banditry's evil. This movie is influential. This movie was one of the earliest examples of specialists coming together for one mission. Think of movies like The Avengers, Gangster Squad, Ocean's 11. This was one of the earliest examples of that, if not the first. It also has an American remake called The Magnificent Seven. It hasn't aged as well as this movie, but it's a really good Western that I also recommend. You also see plot threads from this movie and others when you see it. It's a great movie for the following reasons. For its simple, yet complex story. It's simple in the fact that it's samurai versus bandits, but its ideas are huge, with themes of trust, people coming together for a common good, and also the fact that the peasants aren't all innocent. We learn before the story proper that in the past, when war breaks out, the peasants will hunt down the samurai on the losing side, kill them, and sell their wares for profit. Something 2 of the samurai are familiar with, and don't take too kindly for that. It's interesting the fact that the people protecting the peasants are warriors that they would hunt down if they had the chance. Now for the characters. There is Kanbei, the leader of the 7 samurai. He's a master strategist and a leader of men. However, he's not the ultimate badass, and he's never won a battle when he was employed by a lord. He knows what he's doing, but he can only do so much. That's what makes his character more human. There's his lieutenant, who he meets by chance in the village where he's recruiting samurai. There's the young, wide-eyed samurai, and this is a coming-of-age story for him. Before the movie's over, he'll know what love, heartbreak, and what it is to kill a man is. There's also the good-natured Gorobe, who uses a bow. There's also the first samurai to die. He's a second-rate swordsman, but he has a good sense of humor, and he makes people laugh, so they keep him around. And then there's a quiet, skilled swordsman. He doesn't talk much, but when you see him use a sword, you know he's not a guy to be messed around with. And then there's the samurai that everyone loves, the Toshiro Mifune character. He's crazy, he's horny, Did I say he's insane? He's not really a samurai. He's a peasant who's in love with the ideals of the samurai, but he also despises them as well due to the fact that his peasant village felt the wrath of the samurai. Those contradictions make him one of the most interesting characters in screen history. He's like an older brother just messing around. We all love him. There are several other characters that are also memorable, such as the farmer's daughter who takes a liking to the youngest samurai. Also, one farmer who wants to rescue his wife from the bandits. Moving on to what also makes this movie a masterpiece is the excellent photography by Asakazu Nakai, a cinematographer who worked with Kurosawa longer than any other cameraman besides Takao Saito. Nakai and Kurosawa make images that will last forever in your mind once you've seen the piece. With their precise, still camera setups, their fast panning and tracking shots. And last but not least, the action. The action is exciting and will have you at the edge of your seat. It might not work for everyone by today's standards, but I can feel the danger. It's not glamorous, it's sensational. It's exciting, but not glamorous. We feel the death, even in the bad guys. We feel for almost anyone who dies. Now, I should talk about why people might find fault for it. Besides the obvious reasons that most Americans don't care for old black-white movies with subtitles. Also, the movie is quite long and it's not particularly action-packed. So if you want a kung fu movie, which was a fight scene every 2 minutes, you gotta look elsewhere. What little action there is exciting. The length is a little off-putting, and I myself say that there's a few scenes that you get the point of early on and they could be shortened. But those are just minor complaints. So, for exciting action sequences, a compelling plot, memorable characters, terrific images that will last in your mind forever, I more than highly recommend The Seven Samurai. Take care, all.